people from my generation, and I'm probably 10 years older than you or somewhere in that area. You push those feelings down, you just move forward.
Mhm.
We didn't deal with it. How do you deal with it in today's army or the army that you were in? How did you handle that? How did you what did you say to your soldiers to try to alleviate some of that pain?
Yeah. First thing I had to do is figure out what I was gonna do.
Mhm.
So that flight from the States all the way back to Afghanistan, it was probably a tough one because I was like, okay, I need to get a hold of my emotions and figure out how I'm handling this myself. Once I figured that out, I knew that they were already hurting. Some of them didn't get to say goodbye. Our deployment in overall was a great deployment because we all got to learn each other and become a family. However, we were going through other struggles down there that wasn't even related to people being killed in action. I had some wounded in action that had to go
Mhm.
back home. We were dealing with a very toxic environment, not because of Afghanistan and the Taliban. We knew what to expect. We knew who they were the enemy and how they
Sure.
felt. We were dealing with some toxic leadership that was above us that came from the same location. So I knew that was already painful for them. But then when they lost that, some of them didn't get to say goodbye. Like they were supposed to be moved from one fob to another, combat operations. We understand it, just so that they can be there to say goodbye. And they did not get to say goodbye. Some of them didn't even know that a soldier passed away until they went down to the tarmac and then they seen the actual casket.
Wow.
So it's tough. So I had to get back there. I had to establish myself back in thing. I was gone for about a good 15 days, and I had to establish myself back. Hey, I'm back. Hey, let's talk about who needs to talk, because what you should be providing people with is the chaplain. All right, you should be providing people with counseling, but because of the up tempo in Afghanistan, that possibility was very slim. And those two soldiers wasn't the only ones who died. We had another one from another company that got hit. It was kind of almost like coming back to say, hey, let me get out and do ruck marches with my soldiers. Let me get out there and be with them where they are, in the suck. Let me go lie under the stars. Okay. I can do admin stuff any day. I have admin people. And so that's what I did nonstop. I got no sleep because I didn't feel that that's what was needed. I needed to be with them. And I think that's what ended up building the bond between me and my soldiers that got them back in the fight. They told me exactly how they felt, and I did not minimize that because that's their feelings, and they were 100% accurate for who they were. And so we talked about those feelings. And it took not being a first sergeant
Mhm.
and actually relating to my soldiers and to bring us all together even closer, because when you have a tragedy like that, you come closer to the individuals within your organization. And I think they respected that, and they knew I didn't get a lot of sleep because I felt like if I wasn't there, something else is going to happen.